Grand rising. New moon. Our Virgo new moon. And there's some other really interesting energies at play currently. Like who's feeling that kind of urge to clean up a little bit, reconnect back with their body, and bring in a little bit of structure maybe to how are you nourishing yourself at present? Have you noticed maybe some old habits creeping in? I have. There's been a lot of chocolate consumed in our house the last week probably. And wanting to nourish themselves, finding themselves needing to rest, sleep. Just bring it back in for a minute. Yeah. That's the Virgo energy, the ruler and the wisdom of health. That structure as well, that earthly, grounded structure and discipline. Yeah, around nourishment specifically. And I feel, given what else is currently in conversation, Uranus and Mercury, those energies, it's all about communication and the nervous system. And you could say that possibly Mercury is our very kind of lower, more impulsive, let's say reactive communication. When Mercury has this kind of push-pull dance, we kind of notice ourselves being more reactive, maybe not speaking from our heart so much. Maybe that's being a little bit defensive, shut down, aggressive, snappy, quick to react and not respond. And when we take that breath and we're like, I need a moment, I hear you, but I know that I'm feeling unsettled myself, so I'm going to take a moment before responding to you. Take the breath, notice what comes up. I'm feeling threatened, or I want to run. And taking a breath, reminding yourself you are safe, creating some sensation coming back to the body, because that's when we go into our heads and we're trying to problem solve and risk assess and protect ourselves. It's a fear response, and it's all deeply rooted into our trauma. And when I say trauma, that can be experiences and happenings that created a feeling of not being safe, a little bit scary, possibly overstimulated, some major event, anything from the subtleties all the way up, with all of the frequencies, with all of these things. And if there was no resolution, if there was no coming back to feeling safe in the body, the nervous system will store that as, well, that was a traumatic experience, traumatic experience. So it's leaving that kind of dysregulated relationship and emotional response, and response directly from the nervous system. That's why that buzzword, triggered. That's that. I've been triggered. I have a love-hate relationship with that word. But that's that kind of communication. And you might be finding you felt a little bit tested. A few things have come up for you. Or maybe a little bit of stress, and stress that is past is still kind of lingering for you. This is the conversations that are happening. And then we've got the relationship conversation around Venus, Mars and Neptune happening as well simultaneously. Mars, our god of war, fire, react, also passion, it's the fire element. And again, remember the Mercury-Uranus conversation, the conversation from our Mercury-driven reacting versus the conversation where we take the breath and we respond from the higher self, from the aware, noticing the discomfort self. And that's speaking from that kind of Uranus conversation. It's asking us to just pause, respond from a place of love, so that you both can learn something and take something from that experience. So yeah, be aware of those beautiful gifts of opportunity when you get that kind of sticky conversation. Maybe it's with somebody you love, your partner, maybe it's a friend, but there's love, where there's meaning and depth in that relationship. Notice the opportunities to evolve as well. Such a beautiful experience. And Mars, Venus, all about love, passion, abundance, money as well. It's not just about sex, relationships. It's all relationships, all expressions of love and connection and abundance. Yeah. And then we have Neptune, with the energy of and the awareness and focus. It just offers us the lens of reality check, coming back down to earth, the dreams, the expectations of what we conjure and create, if that could be of another person, that could be of the self as well, of where we see ourselves, our path ahead, which direction are we moving. Uranus is here to go, hey, reality check. This is achievable if you're willing to do this. And so you think Mars, that fire element, that passion. So what is it that you are passionate about? What is it that means something to you? Is driven from that feeling of the inner being, and that passion, that love, that connectedness, and that fiery Venus love and passion. That could be for money, as I say, relationship, a person, a thing, a life path. And then, hey, Neptune's here, like reality check. You're dreaming off here, but actually this is where we are, and this needs to happen first. And look at it. It's great. Take the reality check. That's a great gift, and you're like, okay, that I thought that project, that thing, that life move, that change would bring me more abundance. I'm feeling stressed. I'm communicating in my lower kind of like snappy, like defensive responses. Or maybe I'm avoiding communication, if that's your thing. I'm an avoidant, so was, is, still is. Hope a conscious avoidant. Yeah. Are you, I noticed though that kind of like seasoning of energy moving through me, at least, because I really do sit with myself and go, oh, hey, I didn't speak from my higher self in that. I apologize for that. Hey, this is what actually I meant, and this is how I could have presented that information for you. That's having those opportunities and to drop back, because you evolve in that process, and actually you bring more love, more trust, more feeling of safe between that connection, that conversation with whomever that might be. It's an opportunity to evolve in that heart connection as well, in that matters of the heart. Yeah, that's that. And yeah, what are you passionate about? What needs a reality check? What about relationships? This, when I say relationships, that can be with your life's work, with your lens on how you want to move through the world. This is governmental as well. This is collective. This is universal. So these energies at play, you can take whatever lens you want from whatever political lens, matters of health, travel, abundance. There's all these lenses we could choose to just pop on, but these are still the energies that are moving through them, right? That's the kind of the rhythm, the frequency of the realities that we're all in, and sharing, let's say. And so you can take that. So let's look at it politically, systematically. How's your relationship with the system, if you will? How's that feeling for you? There's been a lot of changes and a lot of, I feel, pressure building, condensing, localizing. I mean, it's showing itself. I don't like to talk about politics too much, But we're talking about relationships here, so I'm just sharing what I'm reflecting within myself, because I can only speak and share from my reality and my truth. And maybe it's relatable for you. Maybe you think, oh yeah, actually, yeah, maybe that's been true for me too, in the way I've been relating to nourishment. Yeah, because it's all intertwined and interconnected as well. So I notice for me, I'm feeling a little bit stressed in myself, so my nervous system's a bit like tense. Remember that Uranus, Mercury energy conversation. The nervous system. Are you in the parasympathetic? That looks like a rested nervous system that is responding, not reacting. That's after breath work. That's after getting in the forest. It's about grounding. So that's about the earth element. So if you want to alchemize your reality and your inner reality, work with the elements. We are a primal being of this earth. You know, we have grandfather sun, grandmother moon, mother earth, father sky. Yeah, the waters, the mountains, the forests, and you know, the relationship with health. New moon, Virgo, health. Let's bring that lens and conversation back. And again, it's all relatable and intertwined with the system as well. Let's look at the water. You know, I've been drinking spring water now for some years, and what feels like the internal intelligence within me is just it's hard to put words to it, but it's more. I'm more intuitive, I'm more embodied. My body feels like it has a more fluent conversation with our natural world and our ancestral memories. Whatever your ancestral lineage is, whatever lands that walked, this is your medicine, you know, Virgo, earth energies. A nervous system that is feeling tension in the sympathetic. You know, you're running in with a survival mode. We've got earth energies at play. That is your root chakra. That is your survival, your foundations. Yes. And get back to earth. Alchemize. Alchemize your inner being. Nourish yourself. Ground yourself. Bring in some vegetables, some root vegetables, some nice homemade dishes that nourish your body and just let you sit heavier in your body, so that your nervous system is able to go, oh, I feel safe. So that you're able to sit heavier on the earth, get out in nature. Is that in the sea, the oceans, the waters, cleansing, clearing, coming home? Is that in the forests? I am moon in Taurus. I am my healing, my medicine is Mother Earth, her medicine, and all that she is. So for me, that looks like this. That looks like having intimate, quiet time in nature, with no shoes on, no clothes on, sitting on the earth, praying, coming back to myself, back to my body, alchemizing that reality that kind of everything's up here. Nervous system like, come back to your body, eat nourishing food. This is about health, the Virgo energies. Yeah. And when we nourish our bodies, we create safety pause in our bodies so that we are responding from our higher self. We're taking that breath, bringing us into the parasympathetic nervous system, the rest, the non-stress, the non-fight and flight mode, grounded, because we are nourishing at a root level, because we are bringing the earth element in. That is giving your body love. That is grounding your body, nourishing her, him, you with, beautiful, loving foods, foraging. I can't stress enough. Go and speak to Mother Nature. Go and put your hand on a tree. Go and put your bum on a log, your feet in the mud. Whatever your boundary is, wherever you're at, whatever feels good for you, do that. This is your time to do that. Because that is going to alchemize you on so many levels, inner, outer, the way you're responding to your entire world around you and to yourself. Are you listening to your body? We want to be getting into our bodies. And this is, when I say health, I don't mean action and gym and doing and achieving and changing and force, fix. Nope. Nope. That is very relatable to a nervous system that it's like, let it go. This is rest. Rest. Tai Chi, yoga, sitting, breathing, being, stretching, moving your spine, letting go, releasing and softening that vagus nerve that runs from root to tip, to brainstem, your central nervous system. Are your shoulders back? Is your heart open? Are you connecting from that love? We have that present in our conversation, as I said, that Venus love. Yeah. Also, it's not all about this on a scientific level. We're opening, we're stretching, we're telling our body it's safe to open. We are stretching the vagus nerve. We are opening our psoas muscles. We're not tense, cramped, impinged nervous system, tight, tight responses and feelings. And we're going to just soften, ground, come back to Mother Nature, put some food in our bodies, take a breath and rest. It's new moon. It's about going inwards, listening to the quiet whispers within with the Virgo energy. So what can you get in check? You've got some beautiful things that you can do to nourish and alchemize your world at the moment. Breathe, fast, meet medicine, meet Mama Cacao. Perfect medicine for you to be considering a relationship with at this time. She is Mother Earth, the medicine of the heart wisdom, love, remember, passion, Mars, Venus. Reality check. Come back home. Come back to Mother Earth. Reality check. Let her hold you. Let her ground you into your being so that you can respond from that higher self. Yeah. And that is my energetic conversation. And ritual is when we are sat with loving awareness and gratitude for the present moment. Ritual has been, for humans, a deep relationship since the dawns of time. Ritual is food. Ritual is medicine. Ritual is journaling, breathing. Ritual is sensual rest. Sensual rest. It is being aware of all your senses coming back to your body. Smell, sight, feeling, that electrical feeling, and also your heart feeling. Yeah, taste. So beautiful foods made with love. Candles, incense, foraged flowers. Jack and I, we go on our walks. And this is actually such a beautiful expression and love and gift to yourself, to your home, to each other. We walk in silence for a long periods of time, just picking bouquets of wildflowers. It's creative. And then we kind of get to the end of our journey, we're like, what did you do? What did you do? Oh. And then we just go and put them somewhere in our home, and they're just in our bedroom where we sleep. It's bringing that love home. Come home. Come home to your body. Come home sensually as well. So this new moon, create ritual for yourself. create a space where you want to be. It feels nice. You can drink cacao or make yourself a tea. Go and forage some beautiful flowers. Jack speaks a lot about foraging for teas and plants and forage for knowledge. I'll tag it in this conversation. Yeah. Make yourself some tea, walk barefoot, pick flowers. Yeah, it's beautiful. And bring ritual. For our new moon, it's about going inwards, listening to all those whispers and conversations we've spoken about for 15 minutes. But if you bring that energy and that action into play now, you are awakening that inner intelligence and intuition within you. Primal intuition. We've all got it. It's called epigenetics. You know, there's lenses to all matters of conversation. Spirituality, the spiritual path, that elemental primal connection is quantum physics and epigenetics. You know, whatever lens is relative to you, the conversation remains the same, the relationship remains the same. You know, I'm Aquarian through and through. I have a really scientific mind. I'm an alchemist. Alchemistry. I have a very deep spiritual path, and so I'm deeply elemental. This, as I say, is my medicine. You know, I work with natural medicines, mushrooms, cacao, various medicines I carry in my bag, you know, combo. And I love the scientific mind as well. So I indulge myself. And, you know, it's chemistry with the magic. It's the magic of everything that we are. So, yeah. Alchemize your reality. Work with these energies. It's such an opportunity and a gift. And it's life-changing. Light the candles, new moon, set your intentions. What is it you're declaring in your conversation between you and the moon? What is it you want to bring in? What is it that you might want to let go? Maybe self-harming habits and relationships with food. That's really come up for me. I've had a long, deep healing relationship with food. And it goes deeper and deeper back to deep within the child. This self-harming relationship with food. And my awareness is growing as my love is deepening both with myself and in safe partnership, deep loving partnership. We are able to reflect things at each other and know and trust that that person is offering that insight for your gift, for your opportunity to be held and let something go that's holding you, maybe you didn't even know. Yeah, so at the moment, Jack brought to my attention that, you know, as I said, I've been in a long, profound path of healing after a relationship with food that, you know, we label relationships with food, anorexia, bulimia, all of these labels. No one person is the same, so therefore, how can we have the same label? But what a label does enable us to do is have a point of reference. And then, but don't attach to that label, go deeper into the personality traits of that word, anorexia maybe. How's that person relating to the world, not just with food, but everything? Oh, what's their childhood like? Is it father wounding? Is it mother wounding? Is it this kind of energy? There's so many intricate lenses. That's the alchemy to the science. That's bringing back our true nature in exploration, true science. You know, and this is how we liberate ourselves from these things, these patterns that hold us. So these are my intentions, I suppose, for the new moon, to deepen trust, open ground, create safety, weighting my body with food. So we are, you know, I'm taking the time to sit down before I eat, to pause, to come back to my body, to breathe, for my nervous system to go, let go, fully let go. And for me to do that, that's a ritual. So that involves prayer and breath, really. And so we both say grace, I guess you could say in a more old-fashioned term. We both share intention with the food and our gratitude, our grace. Thank you for the food, you know, to nourish my body. And thank you to the sun, and and so on to the moon and Mother Earth. And and it just brings such a beautiful presence before you eat. Yeah. Invite ritual. A deeper, more profound relationship with yourself. Speak in conversation with yourself from your higher self, and use this beautiful new moon to bring your reflection and your intention and your awareness to the nourishment. What is it you need to do to bring your nervous system back into the parasympathetic, using the earth energies? This is Virgo. What medicine do you need to invite into your life? Possibly cacao, reishi, and lion's mane. Cacao, Mother Earth; reishi, the medicine of the heart, the medicine of allowing the body to be guided into response rather than reaction; the calming mushroom, the grounding mushroom; and lion's mane, the mushroom for the nervous system and the mind, bringing us into the parasympathetic and healing that connection with our nervous system. You may have many different plants and medicines at your fingertips, so nourish yourselves and bring that loving intention and awareness back to the self. Have a beautiful new moon.